The Tribal Chief Roman Reigns has returned, and SummerSlam was one of the best premium live events under the Triple H regime so far, in my personal opinion. Welcome to Allison Analysis. I'm Ben Allison, and I've analysed last night's SummerSlam premium live event and here are my 5 key findings that I want to analyse. Before we get started, if you don't mind hitting that like button and subscribe, that'd be very much appreciated. At number 5, LA Knight finally got his moment. He is finally the United States champion, and this is long overdue. Now, long-time listeners of Wrestling Republic's daily broadcast will know that I've always said I don't think LA Knight is going to be a WWE or World Heavyweight Champion, very simply because I think he's getting a little bit too old for WWE to establish him as the face of the company. But that being said, mid-card championships are perfect for this guy because firstly, he's incredibly talented. There's no denying that. And secondly, the fans absolutely love him and you can't deny that either. And this guy's been crazy over with the fans for like 18, 24 months now. And I am absolutely shocked that it has taken them this long to finally really push him and give him a championship. But he really deserves it. To be honest, in a way, I'm kind of surprised that he's still as over as he is. But again, that shows how talented he is. And yeah, but something I'm also shocked about was how long this Logan Paul championship reign was, because it absolutely sucked. And the reason it sucked was that Logan Paul was never there. Now, I will always defend WWE using celebrities and all of that because it brings in more viewers and all of that good stuff, right? And I didn't even hate them putting the title on Logan Paul when they did. But the issue was, he defended it twice in 200 and something days. It's just not good enough. And by the end of it, I mean, external reasons are probably also a factor, but even his hometown crowd in Cleveland turned on him as well. I just really hope LA Knight brings prestige back to this championship, and I have a good feeling he'll do that. LA Knight, yeah, well done, congratulations, you deserve it, and it's great to see. In at number 4, Bron Breakker's win should have been a lot more dominant if the match was only going to be 5 minutes. Now, coming out of Money in the Bank, I said that I thought it was the wrong decision to have Sami Zayn win. But I get it. The storyline was they wanted to make it seem like Bron Breakker was overconfident and Sami Zayn was able to beat him because of that. But that is exactly why, if last night's match was only going to be 5 minutes, which it was, well, it should have been just an absolute beatdown of Sami Zayn. It should have made Bron Breakker look like an absolute monster saying, hey, when I'm not overconfident, I'll just smash anybody. And I think that's what should have happened. This should have been Lesnar Cena vibes. It should have just been a complete and utter beatdown, brutal beatdown of Sami Zayn before Bron Breakker gets the win in the 5 minute mark. Additionally, if you show that Bron Breakker can be beat when he's overconfident and overconfidence can get in the way of his performance, well, that can open the door for a lot of storylines down the road. But when he's at his best, well, I think he should just be squashing people left, right, and center. But hey, we just talked about how bad the Logan Paul US Championship run was. Sami Zayn's Intercontinental Championship run was really fun, so well done, Sami, and hopefully you get gold again soon. In at number 3, Nia Jax deserved her moment. Yes, obviously it sucks that Bayley lost the championship, but Nia Jax deserves this belt, and I'm so glad that she is finally women's champion once again. And the reason that I say that is let's not forget how mean fans were to her, and let's be real about it. Sometimes it was unjustified. Sometimes maybe it was justified, but even still, nobody deserves that amount of hate which she was getting online. And so many people in Nia Jax's shoes would have been like, okay, screw wrestling, screw the fans, I'm going to do something else. But Nia Jax went, no, hey, I've been fired, I've been released. Well, I'm going to work hard and I'm going to come back even better. And she did that. From her mic skills to her in-ring skills, she has improved so much. And seriously, it takes a heck of a talent to improve when your back's against the wall like that and everybody's against you. And she deserves it. She deserves her flowers. Nia Jax, well done. You truly, truly deserve this. In at number 2, I was exactly right about the Judgment Day. Finn Balor, Liv Morgan, they're blatantly in cahoots. And Balor is pulling the strings and so is Liv Morgan. Apart from the fact that I thought the Dom turn was going to be a bit more accidental than blatant like it was, I actually got this prediction exactly right. And I called it weeks and weeks and weeks ago. I'm so glad that it's happened. The Judgment Day has fallen apart and I'll miss them. I think a lot of people will miss them. I think they were critically overhated a lot of the time. But hey, hopefully this means we now get to see a singles Finn Balor main event run once again. I'm so intrigued to see what happens with Liv and Dominic because I think Dominic's going to realize quite soon that he made the wrong choice. And the term cinema gets thrown about in wrestling far too often, right? But the shot of Gunther choking out Damian Priest while Priest was just looking at Balor, who was giving him a death stare after screwing him over. I mean, that was a cinematic shot, no doubt about it. Also, Gunther is world champion now, and let's be real, it didn't surprise anybody. Everyone's question was, will it happen at SummerSlam or will it happen in Berlin? But it's going to happen at one of the two. He's won, and also the fact that both him and Nia Jax, the King and Queen of the Ring winners, went on to win their titles at SummerSlam. It makes the tournament feel very prestigious, and I love that. The question is, from here, where do we go with these guys? We're going to do a mixed tag team match, Balor and Liv versus Priest and Ripley, but then where does Dominic fit into it? Or are we going to go straight for Balor, Priest, and Rhea Ripley, Liv again? I mean, we pretty much know that JD is going to side with Balor, but what about Carlito? I'm guessing he's going to side with Priest and Ripley. But at the same time, they didn't want him in the group, so hey, maybe they're going to continue Judgment Day just without Priest and Rhea Ripley? I mean, I don't really want that to happen, to be honest with you. I think Judgment Day should be done with now, but I'm going to miss it. And at number 1, we are finally seeing a successful babyface version of Roman Reigns. He returned, the crowd went wild, and he screwed over Solo Sikoa and helped Cody Rhodes get the win after Solo Sikoa constantly was screwing over Cody Rhodes. I mean, this was a heck of a return. Also, it sounded like Roman Reigns still has his WrestleMania version of his theme, which is awesome. My only issue with the Roman Reigns return is the slogan Original Tribal Chief, because he's not the original Tribal Chief. There have been generations of Tribal Chiefs before him, and they've said this on WWE TV. Now, if this is a way to bring Rock into the feud later down the line, I have no issue with it. Fantastic long-term storytelling. But if this is just something they're going to ignore and that's just his slogan now, I don't like it at all because he's just not the original. Real Tribal Chief, only Tribal Chief, those would have made a lot more sense. But I don't care anyway because Roman Reigns is back. We're about to get the real Bloodline Civil War. Was Jacob Fatu injured? Were they just trying to keep him away from an encounter with Roman Reigns until down the line? We'll have to wait and see. I reckon it's the latter. But this storyline now, there's so many directions you can go in. And I cannot wait to see it happen. I'm just going to sit back and enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy the slow build to it. And I'm sure at times fans are going to complain. But I just want to sit back and enjoy this because I overused it earlier, but I'll use it again. Cinema. That's what I reckon this feud is going to be. I reckon it's going to be one of the best non-title feuds in quite some time. And talking about great non-title feuds, I didn't even get a chance today to talk about CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre, which was a lot of fun. Of course, CM Punk taking out Seth Rollins. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not entirely sure where we go from here. Is it going to be Punk Rollins? Is it going to be a triple threat feud? I don't know, but Bad Blood's coming up, and I'm sure that's going to have something to do with them. I'm going to be absolutely fascinated. I'm going to be hooked into it to see where it goes. And I'm sure tomorrow night on Raw we'll get a lot of answers, and I cannot wait for that as well. But yeah, just overall, a really, really fun pay-per-view. And I've always said it, I'm a sucker for storylines in professional wrestling. I believe they are the lifeblood of this industry. And this was a premium live event which very much centered around storytelling. Maybe a little bit more than match quality, dare I say. But the match quality was great as well. But just the storytelling, it was one of the best storytelling pay-per-views I think WWE have ever done, or at least that I've ever watched. And I've watched a lot of the pay-per-views. And also, this SummerSlam really felt like a SummerSlam for the first time in quite a few years, I think. It really felt like the summer version of WrestleMania, a big blow-off point for a lot of storylines, and that's what we saw here. And admittedly, a lot of storylines are going to continue now in different directions, but it was a massive key point in every storyline which was on the card, and I really enjoyed that. But yeah, that's all from me, guys. If you did enjoy this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And most importantly, please comment your thoughts on the show down below. I love to hear them. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!